Hey everyone, how's everyone doing tonight? So I came home talking to a friend of mine, and I got to thinking, what? Because I've been doing ride sharing for quite some time now, and yeah, as you can see on the screen, that I'm
How much time have you actually been doing ride sharing for?
6 months.
No, you haven't been doing it for 6 months. There's no way.
Since November of 2018.
When did you get your car?
October. I literally got into it as soon as I got my car.
But you didn't quit your other job until
until like February, late February.
So when have you been doing? How long have you been doing it full time?
Since March.
It's like 3 months full time, 4 months full time.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Close to 3 months.
That's what I was saying, man. So you really only got your experience really in the last 2-3 months. 3-4 months.
Well, no, not necessarily, because I've also been doing it during Fridays and Saturdays.
Oh, that's true. And those are the most
Active
experiential Uber days.
Yeah.
Uber days that are experience.
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah.
And
was tonight an experience?
Huh?
Was tonight an experience?
No, actually, tonight was actually pretty lackluster. It's kind of like
I got called pretty. Somebody called me pretty today.
Oh, what was his name?
I don't know. It was a dude, actually.
Yeah, I was just
some dude actually called me pretty, and he meant it. He meant it too.
Damn, I was just joking about that part. I didn't think you were actually gonna get. No, bro.
He literally like called me pretty. And you know what? The best part about it, I was like, yeah, I am.
Shut the fuck up. No, you did not.
A little part of me. I didn't say it out loud.
Shit.
I didn't say it out loud, but a little part of me was like, yeah, I
am. Well, I haven't had those experiences or said to another dude. Although it was awkward that one time. You remember that time on St. Patrick's Day we went out and we went to that last bar?
What? Yeah, I can barely remember that.
Yeah, well, I forgot the name of it, but anyway, yeah, it was kind of weird because.
Oh, you know that section that we were at in St. Patty's Day? Okay, that section of bars in Houston where they had, and there's the one bar that's open and you can throw the fucking little beanbag things back and forth.
Yeah, it's called Little Woodrow's.
Okay, you go down there to Gray Boulevard or whatever, and you go, I think, take a left. You go all the way down, and there's another place called Bella something. Have you been there? Have you picked anybody up from there? That's the place that all the Houstonians go.
Well, what was it called again?
It's called like Bella something. Bella, I don't know. Google it.
I don't have to
it's called like Bella something. Anyways, but that's the place where all the Houstonians go, because now that I've been doing Uber, I've been picking people up from there, and I've been finding out where all these little places are, and that's one of them. That is the right place to go, because the other places are like kind of like the generalized zone, kind of where all the visitors and.
Well, I think
it's not that like nice little tucked away place with all the Houstonians who are more regulars.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of places that I found in Los Angeles. And that is the type of place that Bella Vista or Bella, whatever the fuck that name of that place is. It's the same type of place. Had the same feel to it.
It does sound familiar, but.
You haven't picked anybody up from there?
I would have to know the exact name of it, because I believe I did. Because I've been picking up all types of people, all around different bars throughout the Houston area, specifically in Midtown, amongst Montrose.
Mm.
Well, yeah, it was kind of weird though. It was I ended up picking up a stranger. Like, you ever had picking up a stranger that wasn't from here, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know where to go."
What, they don't know where to get dropped off?
Or where to
get. Just like riding around and just put put the address down the street and then just keep moving it down the street.
Well, actually, that happened to me today. I picked up this guy from his apartment. He's like, "Oh, I'm just going to tell you right now, this is not where I'm supposed to be dropped off. I'm supposed to be dropped off somewhere nearby." I'm like, "Okay, well, I can take you there." And then after we got there, he's like, "No, don't worry about it. I'll just get off the gas station."
No, don't worry about it.
Well, pretty weird in my opinion.
What a word!
I think, okay, here was one story. One time I was picking up this woman from the south side. Have you been up Cullen Boulevard. Have you been to Cullen Boulevard?
I don't know.
It's on the south side. Like it past Beltway 8.
Oh.
Like if you're driving from Hobby,
Right.
like you're on Airport Boulevard and you're driving, and you get to like this rural section where there's like a whole bunch of rundown houses and ghetto communities. So anyway, I picked up this lady, and
oh, you know what? I actually did have a weird. Keep going with your story.
Yeah, I was taking her to 2 locations, I guess, to one place and taking her back. As I'm heading to the location, she's like, no, go over here. Let me drop me off at my cousin's house. I'm like, all right, I guess. And long story short, because I really don't want to drag this out too much, a lot of people kept going in and out of the house, like people that weren't related to the cousin, quote unquote. And I think I was going to a drug dealer's house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think she was getting drugs.
She was getting drugs?
Yeah, I can't confirm this.
Are you an accomplice in a crime if you Uber someone to get drugs and they get drugs and then they go back with you?
Well, actually,
I don't know the legality of that.
Well, I believe that.
Like, how much drugs are you an accomplice for? I mean, if they came out with like a little handbag, right? It was just for them. I'm assuming that's intent to use. But what if they just come out with like a barrel full of fucking cocaine? You know, just like bags and bags of cocaine, and they just load it up in your fucking car, and you're just like, you know, you load it into the suitcases or whatever. Are you an accomplice in the movement of narcotics at that point?
You know, that's a good question, but in this case, there was no such extremes. I think she only got like, well, okay, I'll just put it this way: she got a decent amount.
A decent amount. That's a good description.
And then I'm taking her back, and like the address for her return address, we were supposed to drop her off back to her apartment, but it is set for another address. So I was like, hey, listen, you got to change it because it's telling me to take you over here, and plus you're going to get charged more.
Right.
And then she's like, well, why is it going over here on my job? And then I'm like, well, I don't know. You have to talk to your, I don't know, it was her daughter's account or her sister's account, whatever. And then she's like, well, yeah, just coming over here on my job. And like, oh my God. like the way do it.
Is that she says, oh my God?
Yeah, she sounded like fucking
on the left side of her mouth alone.
Yeah, she sounded like Jim Ross from WWE. Like, oh my God. Like whenever someone did like a crazy wrestling maneuver.
I like that you're putting WWE references in this. Like, I fucking know anything about it other than what I hear from your laptop, like during the day or during the night. I don't know anything other than that.
Well, yeah, I just listened to a podcast, the earlier podcast before you came in, and he was talking about WWE, but another video another time. But yeah, the way she said it made me think about Jim Ross from WWE, or he works for AEW now, but for all my wrestling fans out there, you know what I'm talking about.
All your wrestling fans out there? No, I actually did have a weird experience. Now I remember it was the first drive. That's why I already forgot.
Oh yeah.
But basically, I went down here somewhere in Pearland, so I was picking someone up.
Yeah.
And I pulled off to one of those, you know, those side streets where it's like those boulevards where it's like it was just paved or whatever. I'm sure it was like a dirt road, and there's a lot of fucking houses that are split by a lot of space with a lot of trees in between.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I got there and I looked down. It's down a dirt road, and there's like these trees overgrowing the dirt road, you know, and like lights in the background of some house.
Yeah, you're on a roll.
And I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna give this guy a call and just see his voice. You know, hear his voice, because that's gonna tell me whether or not this guy's safe or not. I don't know how his voice is gonna tell me whether he's safe or not, but I'm gonna be able to tell. You know, because he can just like, if he had a weird voice, then I was gonna leave. So I call, and he just sounds drunk, and he's like, "Well, come down the fucking little side
driveway."
Street.
His driveway.
Yeah, come down the driveway with, you know, the water and all the fucking puddles and mud and dirt and everything, and with the trees that are overgrowing the street and everything. And I was like, yeah, I think I'll pass. So I told him to come out. And he starts walking down. He comes out, of course. It's this big dude in like a hoodie and a backpack, and I'm just like, fuck, man, what do I do? Do I just take off right now or let this guy in? I let him in, I let him in. But it turns out he was just going to Walmart, so I guess it makes sense, because, the whole look.
Yeah,
he's going to kill me and rob me, or he's going to go to Walmart,
To rob or kill some people.
Yeah.
Probably got like an AR-15 that he just assembled.
Some plastic version of an AR-15 or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know they can actually make those like actual like firearms to gun printers.
Yes, I've heard about this. I saw some Viceland.
Yeah, with Cody Wilson. Yeah,
I don't know who the hell it was, but I remember seeing something about that.
Yeah, he was the guy who made it, and I know which one you're talking about. Yeah. But going back to my story real quick, so I ended up taking her back, and she was getting pissed at me, talking about like, oh well, I'm gonna call customer services on you, and
no way, she said that.
Yeah, she was threatening to call customer service because she was on the phone with her sister or daughter or whoever account it was actually under.
Be honest with me, Frank. How many 1-stars have you gotten from these altercations with these customers? Can you talk to me about some altercations that you had with these customers?
Well, this is like the first one where it's actually like a legit like altercation where like I actually had to call customer service.
Really?
Yeah. Or actually, there was one more recently. Yeah. Like, so I was taking this lady from somewhere to her job or whatever, back to her job. She went on lunch break or whatever. And I had to put a new air freshener, like those $1 air fresheners you get at the convenience store.
Uh-huh.
And actually, I think I told you this off camera or off the recorder or whatever, but she actually called Uber and saying that I actually had traces of marijuana in my car. She was accusing me of smoking marijuana.
Yeah, I was scared of this because I was driving around with a bunch of high people too.
And then my account went on hold as I'm like middle of driving her.
Really?
Like, yeah.
That quick?
Yeah, so after I'm guessing she was like, because she was sitting like directly behind me. She wasn't like on that part.
Yeah.
On the back right side.
She was in the darkness in the back of your car?
Yeah.
Right behind you?
Yeah, where she couldn't.
I have dark spots in the back of my car where I can't see the person's face or anything. It's just like a voice.
Yeah, because you got black leather, so it kind of camouflages. But side note, they froze my account for a day, and I had to call them, and they're like,
this is the one about the freezing the account. Okay, this is all one thing. Okay, yeah, I thought these were different scenarios.
No, they are
the one where the girl was like, oh, it smells like weed, this, that, and the other. That's the same girl.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Because you were telling me about some case where some girl was like mad about the smell of weed in your car or something.
She didn't actually like say anything to me, but she just like went behind my back, basically, literally.
Okay.
And then just.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. These are both the same thing. I didn't know they were both.
Yeah, fucking cunt. But it cost me a day, and I was.
She only has 4.2 stars.
Yeah, I think I could look up my rating right now. Actually, I just got platinum awards, platinum level on my Uber. Yeah, today.
Ooh.
Yeah,
platinum.
I'm so special, aren't I?
Ooh.
I'm gonna get diamond by the end of the 3 months. I feel like it.
Or they send you like a placard that says platinum. You know, like in YouTube. When you get like you need to get 100,000 subscribers and they send you like the YouTube button, platinum or whatever.
Well, if this video makes
platinum Uber driver.
Well, if this video gets 1 million views or subscribers, that'd be great. Yeah. As of right now, I got a 4.88 rating, and I look here.
I think I got like a 4.
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. I can't look at it right now, but. Overall, I enjoy it, and that was another.
Uber actually is fun to do.
Yeah.
Because you just get such a wide range of people in the car that each person that comes in the car, totally different energy. You ever notice that? It's like a room change. You ever hop parties? You ever been?
It's like the nightclub we went to.
Yes.
It's like the bar we went to down St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, but it's like each bar has its own fucking mood.
Yeah.
Every Uber ride has its own mood.
I agree.
Its own room energy. It's just a different room. Like you just enter a different space, and each time they close the door and get out, it's like. Okay, it's just
Yeah, reset. Hit the reset button.
hit the reset button. Exactly. What are we gonna get now? You know?
Yeah. Today it was pretty low energy. I had a lot of people that were just like, eh. I tried to make conversation, but they're just like.
But this, you know what, I really like because this wide variety of, and people are. There's a little bit about being an Uber driver is that you're kind of like a fly on the wall a lot. So when they get in groups, you can really get a better sense of hearing the conversations that people have amongst their friends without someone who is, you know, potentially like without someone who's potentially like if you're someone who's at a party where you have to be if you go to a party, right, and you have a bunch of friends, and there's other people who are there, you want to be cool in front of all those other people that are there. But if you are an Uber driver, they don't really have to be cool in front of you, so they don't change the way that they speak. You're not a peer, is what I'm saying. You're not really a peer to them. You're more like some person going through the process of driving them. You're not really like you have this fly on the wall. They're far more honest, is what I'm saying. They seem to be having really honest conversations right directly in front of you, more honest than they would be having directly in front of you if you were necessarily someone else at the party itself, I think. Do you understand? Are you getting why? And I think the reason for this is that you're not considered to be part of that social meld that's going on there, right? The social meld that's going on there is their friends, anybody who's at the party, who's been invited by other friends, and anybody who's socializing within that environment. That's all part of the group that is out tonight, right?
Yeah.
You're not part of the group that's out tonight. You're kind of
an Uber driver.
You're an Uber driver, right? You're
basically
you're
they're just at work and drop these social people off.
I would assume that bartenders and doormen and
bouncers
probably might get similar treatment. No, maybe not. Probably no. Not even them. Not even them. They're not going to get similar treatment because you still want to be cool in front of the bartender, right? You still change the way that you interact. You still kind of are trying to get something, right? From either the doorman, right, to make sure that he knows your name, make sure that he can get you in, get you on lists and stuff, from the bartender to make sure that you're cool with the bartender because you're cool with the bartender, you're cool in front of other people. You still want to be kind of cool in front of the bouncer because the bouncer is the kind of the authority within the social environment.
Yep.
So there still is like some sort of a need for something that they want from all these people, but they don't want shit from you. They already paid for the fucking trip from point A to point B. You're just getting them from one place to the other. So you don't. They're not really
too keen on.
They're not like
socializing.
No, they're not. They're not socially beholden to you. They're not socially beholden to you because you're not out for the night. You understand?
Yeah.
So that means that all their conversations are just basically pretty genuine conversations that you're hearing in the back of the car or in the car at all. It's just them doing what they're doing, and they're not really paying attention to you. It seems that way. You understand? Because they're not socially intertwined or beholden to you.
Yes.
All the there's no connection.
Yeah,
necessary connection.
Yeah, it makes sense. You are making sense to what you're saying.
You understand it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's why you get this fly on the wall thing, right? This almost like you hear the truth of what these people are doing. That's like normal, really normal conversations, because you never really get the opportunity to really hear a conversation amongst other friends with you not affecting the conversation by being present. Because if you're even present in the conversation amongst a bunch of other people, you are going to change the dialogue and the type of conversation that's going on. It's all going to be done around the fact that they know that this person is here, is within the group, right? So you never really get the opportunity to totally hear how this conversation would go without you being there. It's like the observer's effect is what I'm talking about. The observer's effect. The fact that you're observing it changes it, right? And the way to get rid of that, there's a lot of ways to get rid of it, but one way is that in this case, you get to eavesdrop on people's conversations where they're not really filtering anything. They're not filtering anything.
Yeah, it's like these two chicks I picked up. They were from the Northeast. I won't tell exactly where, but I was picking them up from the hotel near Minmay Park, and they're going to Main Street, the main bar area. And the problem was like they didn't have like the actual like the address. Like it wasn't labeled on the building itself. So I was like, okay, maybe it's over here. Actually, I think it is over here because there's a guy right there, and yeah, they were, and like the way they acted, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't act like that in public in front of like their normal social circle.
Right.
And it's just like, do you feel like it's more of like the way they act towards you or around you is like how their true intentions are?
Yeah, it seems maybe more honest.
Yeah, more honest is basically what I'm asking.
It seems basically more honest. But I don't know.
Yeah, a good part about that particular story is that the chick was like rubbing her clit, or supposed to be rubbing her clit. She was like fingering herself in the back of the car. But
supposedly.
Yeah, I couldn't look back, or actually I was afraid to look back because you know how about this all.
You were afraid of the clip. You were afraid of the clip. I couldn't look back. The clip was there.
It was like fucking Medusa and shit. Like Medusa from Greek mythology.
Yeah.
I would have turned to stone, but or maybe the Kraken. I don't know. But yeah, I was worried about that all this Me Too garbage that's coming on. They would have called. Yeah, they would have called me Harvey Weinstein's Mexican brother or something. It's crazy enough that we have Harvey Weinstein's old sex couch, and we're in our living room right now.
This is legitimately Harvey Weinstein's old sex couch, right?
Yeah, that's where Gwyneth Paltrow like squirted like over there to be on Atomic Blonde.
I heard something about that. Brad Pitt or something actually like got in a fight with Harvey Weinstein over that shit.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Heard something about that. Good guy. Whataburger?
No, not yet. Or if I do go with you, I'll probably just send the passenger seat.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll try to wrap this up. Yeah. And I'm trying to think of another story. There was one particular story that I had. There was this one time I was taking this guy from towards downtown. He like in those little houses, not third ward, but it was I think it was like fourth ward or whatever. I took him. It was late Saturday night. It was maybe like 11 o'clock at night. I'm taking this guy from his house or his friend's house or whatever to Huntsville. Have you been to Huntsville or heard of Huntsville?
I've never been.
Yeah, it's where Sam Houston University's at. It's about an hour away from here. And this is back when I was still working my security job. So it was already late. Like by the time I got home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to be up at 4:30 to get ready for work.
I remember that.
But yeah, like I actually felt like no bullshit, like uncomfortable because I had never been to Huntsville before myself before that moment. So I'm just driving and it's like pitch black. Like, you have like these street lights. You didn't have any of those street lights. And you had like all this construction happening and then the cars. And I was like trying to, ease the mood, like try to start a conversation.
Right.
He was asleep the whole time. But when he was awake, he was just like, I don't know if he was on his phone or whatever, but he just had like this. It's like what you said earlier, every person has their own vibe and their own energy.
They change the space in the car, man.
Yeah.
The space changes. It really does.
Yeah, and
it's as a different party. It's a different room. You walk into different parties, you get a different feel. get out of that party, walk down the street, go into a different party. You gotta like reboot. Like, where's the energy here?
Yeah, I thought this dude was gonna like Ted Bundy my ass, like fuck my intestines or something. But luckily nothing happened, and I picked up these two toxic chicks. They were spreading their toxic femininity, or
Oh, is that what they were doing? Oh, it's so interesting to hear those things, you know, like hear, like, because you don't have to say anything. You can just listen, you know?
yeah, and then she like pushed me like she pushed me like in the back of the shoulder, like I'm just driving, and he's like, I'm just kidding, and then like my shoulder's like what? And then I'm like, oh, are you guys okay? It's like, no, we're not okay.
No, she's like, I'm just kidding, toxic man, you.
Yeah, and spread your toxic femininity, or I can't even say the word right.
Femininity.
Yeah, there you go.
Femininity. The actual, it's toxic, toxic masculinity is the word, is the words that they coined for that.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to coin it for them. Yeah, because that's the way they were acting. That was after I dropped the creepy dude off.
It's feminism. It's not femininity. Femininity is awesome. Feminism.
Toxic feminism?
Yeah, I would just call it, why call it toxic? Just call it feminism.
Just to be ironic?
Yeah, or just call it, yeah.
Kind of. Oh yeah, there was another crazy first day. It was an older woman. She also had her toxic feminism, and then she's like, or yeah, this guy was.
There should be a divide between feminism and toxic feminism, or should we just call it all the same damn thing? You can't call it toxic femininity because femininity itself is pretty awesome, but calling it toxic feminism. Yeah, maybe we should divide between feminism and toxic feminism because I'm sure there's very good versions of feminism that did and do exist.
Yeah, it's
but they were just overblown.
Yeah, it's only like this third wave feminism.
Last 20 years or so.
Yeah, it's like
20,
real
25 years.
Screwed up.
It got really aggressive. Yeah.
And yeah, it was an old lady. She was pretty much doing the same thing. And this white knight had paid $60 for her to pay $60 so I could take her home.
Mm.
And I was wondering to myself, well, what about the white knights? What do you think about the white knight thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinions on that?
I don't know, man. I need Whataburger. We should get into this next podcast, you know? Like, we gotta get into it another time. Well, what's our time? We're at like 30 minutes or so.
3 till.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta wrap it up, man.
All right.
Wrap it up. We'll talk about this next time.
No, that is going to be ironic as fuck. Or weird.
Topic for next time.
Yeah. You always bring up like random shit. Well, anyway, if you like this talk and you want to see more of us talk about randomness, make sure to
like specific. It was about Uber. It wasn't even random. It was mostly about Uber. It was like not 80% about Uber. You can right. It was 80% about Uber. I think we stuck on top.
Well, if you do like this video, make sure to stick that thumb up my ass. I really appreciate it. And also make sure to let everyone know that you did that by sharing it on your favorite social media platforms. And I'll be seeing you guys later. And we're gonna go, or he's gonna go eat some Whataburger. I'm still full. All right.
Goodbye.
Bye.